All right, Teddy, look, here's the thing. You're rocking. We're in here. We're going to do some hot mics, hot takes. Steve, can we just roll right into it? Or do you want to take a break for people who want to pay bills? Okay, somehow we got people who want to pay bills. It's incredible.
Great, right. Love that.
Teddy, Prince Harry. Okay, Prince Harry has lost his appeal in a long-running legal battle over his security arrangements when he visits the UK. The Court of Appeal dismissed his challenge to a decision that downgraded his official security detail. Harry had argued that the downgraded security was unlawful, unfair. It put his family at risk whenever they visit the UK. He spoke to the BBC News about this and what it means for his family. Take a listen to this.
It's really quite sad that I won't be able to show, my children my homeland. There is a lot of control and ability in my father's hands. Ultimately, this whole thing could be resolved through him. Of course, some members of my family will never forgive me for writing a book. Of course, they will never forgive me for lots of things. But there is. I would love reconciliation with my family. There's no point in continuing to fight anymore. As I said, life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff.
There's so much here.
But I have a question. Montecito is a pretty affluent place. Do you think that he could afford his own security?
When he gets to, this is, well, he pays for his own security here.
That's what I'm saying. He's already paying for it. Why not just pay for it to go see his family?
Well, the government decided, at the behest of Charles, no doubt, to assess his security on a case-by-case basis, right?
Right.
It's not eradicated. It's just when you come, we'll decide. You don't instantly get what you had because William has to go to the opening of a hospital wing, to the Miss Potato Festival up in Manchester,
right.
The rubber ducky floating race. That's all these people do. He has a massive security team. But I believe, Harry, I don't think it's an accoutrement that he's looking for. I mean, there's people who hate his wife. And when he goes, especially, he's worried about Meghan. Really, so
Well, I mean, I understand his point. I also think the worst way to try to have reconciliation with your family is to publicly talk about it.
Yeah, write a book. I mean, listen.
Right.
Your reconciliation might have gone a little better before you wrote the book. Spare and by the way, your wife is sitting with Oprah, was saying there's racism at the highest levels of the royal family.
And then I think she had a podcast too.
Yes. Well, the first one got canceled, and
now she's on to number 2.
She forgot to do the first one. Now she got another huge deal. She forgot to book people and what is it, Tuesdays?
Hold on, am I supposed to listen?
Did I get $100 million for this or something? I mean, do you have issue with them? A lot of people think they're grifters. You know what I mean? You're just coming in here, you're getting the massive Netflix deal, the Spotify deal, and now as ever, she's launching this, that, and the next thing. But a lot of people are just kind of giving them money, or do you think they're? I think they're interesting.
I think she calls the shots.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
think she 100% calls the shots. I think she wants to make sure that she's all set up no matter where this goes, because we all know his past and we all know what's happened, and she's got herself all lined up for when shit hits the fan.
Do you think she says it? I didn't even know he was a prince. I didn't even know. You come on, girl.
Come on. Listen, even with my 10 brain tumors, I knew he was a prince. I can't.
Yes. I miss old Harry.
And he's a recognizable person regardless. Some people could kind of oh, is that person? You look at him and you immediately, you're like, yep, that's him.
Even as the hairs slowly disappear from his head, his brother is just,
Hold on, but no, I think that's a plug up there. I mean, we should ask.
Is Harry going to Turkey for the, a lot of the Hollywood men go to
Maybe
Turkey
I should share my wigs with him and Howie.
Howie, I think the reason why Howie Mandel is bald is because he had such a bad perm in the 80s that he just burned every bit of his scalp, and there's no chance he could grow it again.
He had, but it wasn't just that. He had a little bit of a mullet.
Oh, Howie. Oh, God. The hairstyles of Howie Mandel. There should be
That's another series.
a museum for it. Okay, there is, in a similar vein, Victoria Beckham versus Nicola Peltz. Have you seen any of this stuff going on? Victoria's daughter-in-law, Nicola, when she married, when Nicola and Brooklyn Beckham got married, the Peltz family, just very wealthy activist, investor, big, huge, lots and lots of money. But, the Beckhams are rich too. Mom was like, you wear my brand. Like, you'll wear a Victoria Beckham wedding gown. And she's like, no, I'm wearing a house of couture. This is my wedding, and we have endless money. We can afford a $200,000 Valentino. I'm not wearing... No shade, but Victoria Beckham is a beautiful brand. It's not a house. Stella McCartney is an amazing brand. It's not a house of couture. So I think that's where the beef began. Family member says, Victoria has a lot to deal with here. Reports are that Brooklyn and Nicola, went to London to see David for his 50th birthday party, and they were turned down. I can tell you this. I know that's not true. I spoke to a family member.
I heard that isn't true either.
I spoke to a family member. They're in a modeling campaign. They had a job there that they're doing together. Maybe the same thing as like Patrick Schwarzenegger and his girl.
But I also think like your wedding dress is the one time, like if somebody wants me to wear like any other clothing, but your wedding day is kind of sacred. It's like when your mother-in-law wears white to your wedding.
Yeah, I think it's cheesy. You're going to wear your mother-in-law's. You're so easy.
No,
Oh, look at her suck up to Victoria.
Any other time, she should wear listen, Victoria Beckham, if I get married again, send me a dress. I'll happily wear it.
For sure.
And I'll do every bit of press about it.
Yeah.
But I think there's something to be said. I don't know that I fully buy into this whole story.
Oh, there's definite beef.
There's definite beef, but I don't think it's beef solely about a wedding dress. I think it began there.
Yes, the mom, Nicola's got an opinion. She's strong-headed, and Victoria's,
And when you involve multiple strong type A, I'm controlling, so I can recognize it in others, slightly controlling women, you're going to get that kind of friction.
Oh, yeah.
And especially with when your little boy's involved.
You've had what if I say, your mother-in-law, is she, for a long time, she good?
She's good. I don't know, talk to her in a minute, but I think she's pretty good.
She's good.
Never better.
My father-in-law was an animal. He was like, he and I were great. Mother-in-law, lovely, didn't care about me. Didn't even see me in the room. But yeah, because she loved her daughter so much, which was fine by me.
Yeah.
It gave me some little freedom. They would take care of the two of them, would go with the girls and do everything. I was free when she came to town.
Oh.
She's like, please, you go out with your boys. You don't need to
Golf.
be here. So I loved it when she came to town. And her father, my wife of 20 years, ex-wife now, he was an animal. We would go out. This guy was a party machine. He had $2 bills with his name and cell phone stamped on the $2 bills.
I never got one.
Oh, believe me, if he saw you, he had the same line. He'd walk up to a pretty girl and he'd go, hey, baby. He was a big Mississippi boy. Say, hey, baby, come on over here. Teddy, I like that name, Teddy. Let me see your hand, Teddy. He'd take out a $2 bill with it. He said, Teddy, now this here's for a half gallon of gas and a phone call. You get in trouble, you call. You want to get in trouble, you call. And women would this guy was, I miss him. He was fun.
It was a thing.
It was a thing.
I mean, my grandpa may or may not be a touch like that. Richard, shout out to you.
He liked the ladies?
My grandmother passed away a long time ago, and he's just Mr. Cool Guy. He essentially looks like the Cougs, but just add on 20 years. And he's just like, he's always like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, yep. No.
When grandma died, Teddy, people grieve in different ways.
It wasn't straight away. He waited a bit, but now it's like I see him and I'm like, I see like the girls falling behind him. I'm like, hey, I know what you're doing.
Cialis, Viagra, the worst invention ever for women.
What do you think works better? I heard you're using them.
Just to explore one time, maybe. People say the Cialis is your weekend partner. It's with you for the weekend. The Viagra
it is?
Oh, God help. You're
do you know straight away?
Do I know straight away?
Yeah, do you know straight away?
It's a slow burn, Ted.
It's a slow
burn. How deep are we going here?
Burn. I don't know. I don't take them.
Now, I just sampled
I'm on every other
one
medication.
time just to know.
Yeah, right.
You know, yeah. Sometimes I just wear it. I take one just to walk around the locker room, just to impress you. Now
He's
you women dress
at
up.
Hot 8. He's wearing. He's taking
Yeah, I just
one.
want to impress the guys as I'm coming out of the shower, or at least not be shamed. Okay, hot mics, hot takes. Teddi Mellencamp is in studio with us, my great neighbor and friend. Aaron Rodgers wearing a ring at the Kentucky Derby. There it is. Now, if we get in on that thing, it looks to me like it might be an aura ring.
I thought so too. Plus, I recently watched his documentary where he's doing all of his like healing and what all of those different things. He didn't seem to be in a place where he was going to be getting married again, unless he's back with one of his exes. That's my theory. But it looked like your middle ring finger.
Yeah.
And that's an aura ring, right?
I have a skinny finger, so it should be on the,
They say you're supposed to wear it on your pointer.
Yeah, it doesn't fit on my pointer. I got to get a smaller one. I mean, if I put it on I guess it does.
Yeah, pointers.
I should wear it here instead? This is better?
That's where there's, I think so. I may have made that up, and I'm really glad I'm showing my hands.
I don't know. I never checked the app. I don't know why I even wear one at all.
You never check the app?
I never checked to see, like, how did I sleep? I feel like it'd be obsessive about it. Like,
are you going to start saying Riz now, too? You're just going to do...
Yeah. How's the Riz? You feeling the Riz right now? You have so much Riz, I can't believe it.
I have no Riz, but my daughter calls me the Rizzler.
Really? Mm-hmm. Because you have so much Riz.
Yeah, so much Riz.
You do.
She's my child. I like pay for her life, so she's like gotta give me some props.
These kids got some. I love they seem all very big personalities in their own way. So my contact at Amazon tells me that the Blake Lively film, Another Simple Favor, did okay. I didn't know if the Baldoni Lively situation was going to hurt the movie. Came out this past weekend, not huge, didn't do giant business, but solid. So question for the chat, question for Teddi. Do you think all this negative press around her kind of nudges people on the fence towards seeing her film? Is it helpful in some way?
Well, I think it's helpful. People want to tune in because they want to see what outfit choices she made, because she's also the costume designer.
Yeah. Her sometimes a total chaos, right? The fashion. I'm a fashion hound myself. Tonight, the Met Gala, shout out, will they be there? That's another big thing.
I heard they got disinvited.
Disinvited?
I heard they didn't get invited. And then there's all these memes about the different dresses, and it was supposed to go to somebody else, and then she wanted it. And who knows? It's all probably
the guest list goes through Anna Wintour. So if you're Anna Wintour, is that a bad thing to have Blake and Ryan there? I mean, think of all the attention. But
remember 1 year she didn't have wasn't it like the Kardashians she didn't have there 1 year?
Yep. No, she's not afraid to lay it down.
I don't think she's afraid to make cuts if she thinks it's going to be controversial at the moment.
But now she's super tight with the Kardashians. My feeling on Blake Lively, she's just going to appear her way. Her strategy now is to appear, make appearances, sign autographs, do these staged events, and just hope people drop it.
Well, I need to know one thing for certain. Did she make up when her children's birthday was? Did you hear about this story?
No, tell me.
She said that her kids were born on the same day as like Napoleon and somebody else. I don't remember. And I think that day is, I'm going to say this wrong, guys, because I can't remember dates, but she said it was August 13th. I'm just saying that. But however, then people researched and none of her kids were born on August 13th.
Yeah.
So is this true?
Well, the one thing is, don't try and put anything that's remotely possibly not true. These sleuths that are out there,
they're going to find out, but someone let me know, please.
Okay. Somebody Google Napoleon Bonaparte's birthday. Poor woman.
But why just make up stuff to make up stuff?
She's screwed. I'm going to tell you this right now. She is screwed.
How much do you think she makes a movie?
I don't know. It depends. Probably $4 million. I don't know.
Well, so
3.
I mean, I
Not
just
Ryan.
feel like, and also now Taylor Swift. What's the football player?
Travis Kelce gives the unfollow to Ryan.
But they also didn't go. They weren't invited to the birthday party of the supermodel. So Travis Kelce was there, Taylor Swift was there, but guess who wasn't there? Blake Lively and
Ryan Reynolds. It's just become clear to me, like the biggest thing that's coming down, the one thing that Blake has, if this thing gets to trial, is she has said there are 2 other women who filed sexual harassment complaints. And we believe those two women would have to be Jenny Slate, the co-star, and the girl who played the younger version of Blake's character, Lily, Isabel Ferrer. And Sony says there are no other complaints. We didn't receive them. Now, I know for a fact that the Wayfarer guys, Baldoni and Heath, who are in this lawsuit, Justin and his partner, Jamie Heath, they got her, this Jenny Slate, she had an Airbnb while they were filming. And she was like, it's dangerous. My child can fall out the window. It's a dangerous window here. I have a 3-year-old. I cannot. I'm so scared to be in this place. And they said, oh, my God, you're a mother with that on your mind. We are going to. And they rent her own new place for $17,000 a month. And Wayfarer picks it up. I've seen communications. And I'm telling you, that is nothing but love and thank you. This woman is not coming forward with any type of sexual harassment complaint. Blake better find 2 other people who are going to say these 2 men did something.
Because also she's out and about everywhere right now. And isn't Justin Baldoni just like hanging out
in Hawaii?
In Hawaii, not doing any press. We're not seeing him. He's totally taken a low profile version of it. And I think that also is kind of telling too.
I think she's running.
I think if I was, I don't know.
She's running her own show, and I got to tell you,
who do you think's running the show though, her or Ryan Reynolds?
She hopes people forget about it, and then they quietly settle. But I just don't think that these mommy sleuths and these daddy sleuths and these whatever sleuth, all these people out there, no one's going to let her off the hook. They're watching everything. Every day there's news, and it won't let up.
Have you ever watched any of Daily Dose of Donna?
Yes, I've had her in here.
Oh my gosh. Well,
my neighbor, she lives in Sherman Oaks.
Yes.
Donna. We love Donna.
Well, she is doing like daily little updates on Blake Lively, and I go down the rabbit hole every night. And I'm like, I have a lot of things to do, but I still need to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. No, Donna comes in with the groceries. She puts down from the counter. She's like, okay, guys, now we got to really get
Hold on. I got to tell you. First, let me tell you about the figs.
We love her. We've had her here and her son running around the control room.
And she helped me today because I was like, you know what? I might be behind on some things. Help, please. And she's like, yep, got you.
Ah, cute. Finally, Sydney Sweeney on the loose. I mean, men are obsessed with Sydney Sweeney. Look at this top.
She's hot.
She's super hot. Broke off the engagement with Jonathan Davino. Rumors of hooking up with Glenn Powell. They went to his sister's wedding. They were there together. He says just friends, which of course invites the when Harry met Sally question. Can men and women just be friends like you and me, Ted?
Well, I would say we can be friendly.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between being friends and being friendly.
Yeah, there's no late night. So, like, how was your day?
I'm not like,
okay?
hey, Billy, oh my gosh,
this
this is such a bummer. Can you come over and console me?
And how did that make you feel?
No. But also, they're saying
So
that
true.
she was with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
But then Machine Gun Kelly was with Megan Fox yesterday, doing something or other.
You know.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not the paparazzi.
Putting that together.
I just thought...
My question about Sydney Sweeney is, I mean, she blew up kind of on White Lotus season 1, but what is it about her that men find so intoxicating?
I think she's funny and doesn't take herself too seriously, but she was also on Euphoria. Did you watch that?
Oh.
I mean, that was a hot show, and she is a vixen in that show. And you can do that. I can.
I don't know.
You can't do that.
I can't.
Neither of us can do that.
No.
But either way, I think she's very good looking. I think she's funny. And I don't think by listening to her interviews, she doesn't take herself too seriously.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think she's with any of these dudes. I think she's playing the field.
Oh, okay. Well, she should. And by the way, that's, Instagram followers go up with that. Teddy, anything else on your mind before we move on? We're going to Joel Souza. You know Joel Souza? You followed the whole Rust thing, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So
we can move on to that.
Joel Souza, the director of Rust. Rust came out this weekend, finally, after 3.5 years, and the terrible accident on set. Alec Baldwin fires the gun. It kills the cinematographer, Helena Hutchins. It goes through her body and takes out Joel Souza, the director of the film, who's standing behind her because there's a dolly camera and he's behind her. She literally is was a protector for him. Joel Souza, I mean, it's been 3.5 years of just so much pain and strife and lawsuits, and the armorer, the young woman who was the armorer and supposed to check the guns for fake bullets, she is in jail. She's sentenced to 18 months. And now, Alec Baldwin, they was going to trial. They threw that out. So he, goes off. Anyway, they finally put this movie out. I saw it on Thursday night. I thought it was a pretty darn good Western. And Joel Souza has talked to a newspaper or two, but he hasn't done anything in a sit-down interview. And so I got a chance to sit down with Joel, and we're going to take a quick little break here, and then we'll come back to that. But it's an amazing story.
Yeah. Well, now it makes sense why Hilaria Baldwin's coming on the pod tomorrow with us.
You have Hilaria?
Yes.
Okay, I love the show.
What should I ask her?
Oh, I'm gonna load you up. But have you watched the reality show with Alec? It's hysterical. People give it. People are so mean. I think Alec is.
How many kids would you have?
Would I have?
Yeah.
I have 3, and I got a vasectomy immediately after the 3rd.
Would you ever reverse it?
Would I reverse the vasectomy? No, no way. Bill Belichick, no, he's going to have to, if they have a kid, I'm going to lose it. You can't, that's going to make, Tony Randall from The Odd Couple was the older. He had a baby at 80. Belichick has one at 73. This is,
I can't.
We don't have time for those two. Teddi, I love you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.